Pardon me. If you'll noticed, I didn't upload a video yesterday. That's not because I cheated, which, I mean, I kind of did. But I was out late at a friend's last night, and so I just wasn't home till like 1, and I generally record these around about, between 9 and 10 o'clock at night, and I just didn't have time. But it worked out fine because yesterday's weigh-in was the same as today's, and that was 191.2, 191.2 pounds. That's where I'm at. That day, I did have half a pancake. I had like Alfredo and some cake at the friend's house. Yet the scale kind of stayed the same. Maybe it would have moved if I hadn't have eaten those things, but I was hungry and I was over at my friend's house for his birthday thing, whatever. Today I have eaten carbs. It's not really been keto, but I haven't really eaten in between meals, and I guess that's good, at least. So I've eaten lunch and dinner. Not exactly in a tight window, the two of them, together anyways, but they were distinct meals, and I think that's at least something, because I didn't, despite how maybe not good of a day I've had, or how stressful the day has been, I didn't binge. I didn't binge. When I was satisfied, I put the food down, even though I had stuff left on my plate, which is good. Yeah. One of these days, I'm gonna do the 3-day fast, where I kick my, well, at least I try to kick or put a dent in my caffeine addiction. Today I was pretty tired, stayed out late. Went to work this morning, and I had a cup of coffee that didn't do anything except for make me a little more stressed out. I still wanted to take a nap. Had another cup of coffee around noon. It didn't do anything for me. I'm not being as productive as I usually am. So on my break, I ran over to the corner store and I got one of those mini Red Bulls, 80 milligrams of caffeine. And I drank that, and that didn't do anything except for make me slightly more angsty. Like almost like I could feel a weight under my eyes, like I was supposed to cry, like there was something awful going on, like something terrible had just happened. And like I was supposed to be experiencing adrenaline, but my adrenaline is too exhausted to even manifest in my body and give me any kind of energy to do anything. And so I think that I've abused caffeine enough, and may not be this week. I got some things to finish up at work before I go to school. I'll be moving to college on the 14th, and I think maybe my life will be slightly less stressful then. I won't need as much things going on. I mean, that's what I'm saying now, but we'll see if I get there, and then I say, you know what, I really need this, but it's just for the semester, and it's like, I can't let this cycle continue, because it's just, there's got to be better ways to have energy than caffeine. There's got to be better ways, And I think Cole's talked about this before, and I think I'll take him up on that. But I'll probably keep drinking a cup of coffee in the morning until I'm finished with my job, and then move into my school, which is, that's a week. So one more week of caffeine abuse. But right now it's not doing anything for me other than making me anxious, angsty about myself, about the state of the world, about everything. I'm also a little tense, because this would be the 7th day on a nofap streak. Maybe we'll talk about that some more going forward. But historically, been a little bit of a porn addict, and I know where I stand on it now. It doesn't mean it's not unpleasant to go without. But I suppose it's important. I've been weak long enough. It's time I suffered for it. We'll see what tomorrow's scale says. I have a suspicion that I would have gained a portion of a pound back, and it'll probably be higher than 191.2 because I have eaten more today than previous days. I haven't drank as much snake juice, and that probably led to some of that. But I didn't binge. Say that. That said, I have no idea how many calories I ate. Well, I suppose we can think about that right now. Let me get my calculator, have some rough estimates of the things I ate. Well, I know I ate at least 1,800 calories, which I suppose that's probably still less than maintenance, but I'm a little not trusting of that, because right now I do feel nice and full. I feel nice and full. And, I didn't feel that earlier today. When I had my lunch, I was still hungry after that, but I got over it. And, I had my dinner, and afterward, as in right now, I feel full. Not after Thanksgiving, but I can definitely feel that I just ate something. And I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of being full. So maybe I'll look a little less miserable tomorrow. Maybe I'll come off a little less miserable tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. See what the scale reads. But today I'm gonna get my sleep. I'm gonna get my sleep tonight. And I think that'll lead to a better day. Maybe more strict. I did come across something that Cole was talking about in a video that I'd like to try when I get down to school. It's not going to be good right now because it's really important that my brain works the same way every day. You know, like I said, my job's it's pretty mentally taxing. It's all theoretical concepts and whatnot. If I was just like, you know, working a cash register or stocking shelves or even running a saw or something, I'd be fine. Even driving a car, I'd be fine. But I need my brain to be working in a consistent way right now. So for this week. But I'd like to try this when I get down to school. He has a video, and I believe it's called the Skeleton Diet. And it's intermittent dry fasting, which that's pretty enticing. And the idea being, of course, it's like intermittent fasting, except for you don't drink fluids. And of course, you know, at the end of the day, with your meal, you'll get all your snake juice in that you need to. Probably have a more concentrated thing of that. Usually night is when you'd have your OMAD thingum. Of course, you know, and Cole's talked about this before. It would have to be like a tight eating window, like, you know, actually like an hour or something. So it would be, you know, in one sitting. If you tried to eat all your food in the day for one sitting, you know, in one sitting, you wouldn't even be able to get close to eating maintenance calories. Not in one sitting, and not in less than an hour. There's just too much food there, right? But I've always kind of wanted to get into dry fasting. But I think it would. I'm not a couch potato. I'm not like some people where they can just kind of vegetate while their body breaks down all their fat for them. I live a life that's maybe not active, but I have responsibilities, and I can't afford being out of it. I can't afford having no energy. So, longer dry fasts are something that I'm not able to do. Maybe if I can find a weekend here or there where I don't have to be driving for a few hours a day, and I don't have to be doing things all the time. I don't have to be spending the day outside and whatnot. If I can find a weekend or something where I could vegetate or whatnot, then maybe I could attempt a longer dry fast. But when I get to school, I want to start doing the intermittent dry fasting. And it would make sense that that would be a very efficient way of going about it, because instead of trying to burn all of your excess fat on your body, you can kind of use the cheat code, which is instead of trying to get and break down those fat cells for calories for energy purposes, you break down those fat cells for hydration purposes, which means you don't even have to necessarily need those calories in order to break them down. in order to break down the fat. You don't even have to need extra energy to break down that. Of course, I mean, you have to be in some kind of deficit or whatever, but it's looking for the water. It's not looking for the fat, and the rest of the lipids, the rest of the oil, I guess you end up peeing out. So it seems like a very efficient way to go about fat loss is, dry fasting. So I think I'll give that a try one of these days. But I can't wait for this week to be over. I'm done with this charade that I'm playing. I don't really like my job right now. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna have my abs by December. I'm gonna post those pictures. I need to go ahead and post my pictures. I need to go ahead and take my pictures and post them, my before pictures. But I did. I came to a realization of just how much my weight is affecting the way I look and how I really look in real life. I recorded some footage of me hanging out with my friends the other day, and I passed the camera to my friend, and I was out there, and it was recording me, and it was recording them. I watched the footage back, and I was just appalled at the way I looked. And I look decently attractive from the front here, but the minute you see me standing up, the minute you see my side profile, you see my posture, you see my man boobs, you see everything, you begin to wonder, is that even a human? And all of a sudden it makes no sense, or it makes all the sense. Every time I've been rejected by a girl, it made sense in that moment. And I'm sick and tired of being overweight. I know I've come a long way. I know I used to be 237 and now I'm 191, but I need to go all the way. I need to go all the way. I need to go all the way. And I'm gonna go all the way. December, I'm gonna have abs. See you tomorrow.